The class of 2023 is honored to have Mr. Ungerer join us today as our commencement speaker. Many of our class members got to know Scott through his hard work with St. Baldy's Foundation. We had a group called the Baldacious Baldies, run by Bodhi Centaur, that participated along with Mr. Ungerer for the shading event, and coincidentally, he and my dad actually graduated here 25 years ago. Mr. Roscoe said he would share a few stories about them today after the ceremony. Scott Ungerer is a 1998 graduate of West Hill and a 2002 graduate of the University of Richmond in Virginia. While at U of R, Scott majored in biology, minored in business, and was a 3-year starter on the Spiders basketball team. He left the U of R as the #2 all-time assist leader and played professional basketball overseas for 4 years in the Netherlands and Germany. Today, Scott lives just outside of Richmond, Virginia, and has spent the past 16 years working in the life sciences industry, helping to bring innovative medicines and therapies to the world. He is married to the love of his life, Sheila, and together they have 4 children: Luke, Will, Adam, and Ann. Scott is a parent advocate for the St. Baldy's Foundation for pediatric cancer research, as well as for the Parent Project of Muscular Dystrophy, focused on accelerating to cure Duchenne muscular dystrophy. Scott is a diehard New York Giants fan and New York Mets fan, and will never turn down a Brooklyn pickle sandwich, and considers taking his kids to the Great New York State Fair as one of life's absolute necessities. Please join me in welcoming this year's commencement speaker, Scott Ungerer, to the podium.
I want to thank my family for coming up to support me, my wife, my kids, but most especially, I want to thank ChatGPT for writing my speech today. All kidding aside, thank you, class of 2023, for giving me the opportunity to talk to you today. I'm very happy to be back on this stage, just a short 25 years after I walked across it with my classmates as a graduate. While 1998 sounds like a long time ago, in many ways, it still feels like yesterday that I was walking the halls in your shoes of West Hill with my friends. We won our school's first basketball state championship my junior year, a feat that's been matched 5 times since, including with this year's state championship boys team. My best friends from high school remain my best friends to this very day. We've experienced many of the high points in our lives together. We've also experienced the lowest of the lows, the times you're thankful to not be alone. I am thankful for them beyond compare. I can so easily bring to mind the faces of the many teachers, administrators, and coaches at West Hill who helped to shape my life so far beyond high school. I think of Madame O'Hara in French, who helped me to learn and appreciate different people and cultures. I think of Mrs. O'Keefe in biology, Mrs. Ferguson in earth science, who stoked my love for the sciences. Coach Widrick for hoops, who supported and pushed me from the time I was 10 years old. I think of the positive, lasting impact of their nurturing guidance and genuine care. It has proven immeasurable in my life as time has marched forward. My high school experience provided a wonderful base to accomplish much of what I've been able to do in my life. But of course, high school wasn't all rainbows and butterflies. For one, we lost in the state championship my senior year, and I remember crying on the shoulders of my best friend's dad. There were tough breakups, fights with friends, sometimes friction with siblings, questioning my own self and what I wanted to do with my life. And in many ways, these diverse experiences of high school are a microcosm of the life that's in front of you. Ups and downs, accomplishments and setbacks, luck and no luck. You can't control what happens to you in life, but you can control how you respond to it. That's my message for you today. Now, I consider myself very fortunate to have the opportunity to speak to this graduating class specifically. When I was invited to speak to you all, the first thing that I thought of, after asking myself if they had accidentally sent the invite to the wrong person, was what in the world should someone say to this group of young adults? I mean, you've achieved so much. You have state champions in the academic decathlon 3 years running, state champs in boys basketball, regional champs in girls volleyball, state participants in track and field, band and chorus champions from the Smoky Mountain Festival. You have peers raising tens of thousands of dollars to support the St. Baldrick's Foundation for Pediatric Cancer Research. Girls soccer, baseball, regional champions. Lacrosse, state runners-up. The Mamma Mia musical, the Olympus Gaza play. The list of accomplishments goes on and on. And while all of these feats are remarkable, you've been through so much during your high school years. What are the right words to speak, to attempt to inspire, to try to stir the hearts and minds of a group of individuals who entered high school at the beginning of a global pandemic and now sit here as graduates? Your experience was nothing like your parents or grandparents or aunts or uncles or anyone else has ever been through. You've transformed yourselves into trailblazers, sometimes out of necessity. I find myself amazed by your resiliency and by your persistence. Resiliency, persistence. These traits are developed during moments that are rarely fun or happy. Rather, they're formed through struggle, challenges, uncertainty, sometimes chaos. I think part of the reason I was asked here today, perhaps, is because I'm no stranger to challenges. Though I have worked hard and accomplished a lot, this might be my biggest accomplishment if I try to Mark Aaron, did you do that? Though I have worked hard and accomplished a lot, and am so thankful for the many blessings that I've been given, I've also experienced adversity, loss, and struggles that have challenged me to my core. In 2016, our firstborn son, Luke, passed away from brain cancer. He was almost 4 years old. He was healthy one day, and then sick the next. Obviously, this was one of the darkest times in my life and made me question so much. Luke was an incredible, bright light with so much energy and love and fun, and we miss him every day. Life happened. With every passing day, though, we've kept trying. And I look at this crowd today, and I see a group of people who have very much done the same thing, who have kept trying, who have powered through this unexpected adversity. And I'm impressed by you. And I know that your teachers and families look with pride and awe at what you've accomplished during these past few years. You can't control what happens to you in life, but you can control how you respond to it. Life is full of uncertainties. You can't outwork or outrun or outsmart. You can't control if you win every game or get into the school of your choice. You can't control a global pandemic. But you can control your response and your attitude and what you choose to do and how you do it. So start there. What's helped me? 3 choices that I try to make every day, no matter what's going on. Each of these 3 ideas had roots during my time at West Hill. The foundation was laid here. The reinforcement and strength came later in life. Now, there's nothing complicated about these 3 ideas. They're actually inordinately simple, but at the same time, incredibly challenging to consistently do all 3. I call them the 3 B's. Be positive. Be positive is a mindset, your approach to the day, not necessarily what you do for other people. This is all about your attitude. It isn't easy, but geez, it makes a difference. We have to train our minds to look for the positive. Waking up with gratitude for the sleep you got, even if it wasn't enough. That you can walk to a friend's house, even though you'd rather have a car. That you have 1 or 2 people that you can rely on, even if you wish it was 1 or 2 more. Focusing on what you have instead of what you don't have. Redirecting your thoughts when they veer negative. Now, I know it's not realistic to always be positive. That's okay. It's okay to feel down. There will be hard days. And in those times, you should honor your feelings. But then I'm going to ask you to try and take the step. Try to make the choice to look at your current situation in a positive light. What you will find is the more frequently you make the choice to be positive, the more often you will find yourself around others feeling the same way. You'll find a strength in your mindset and a belief in yourself when you remain positive. It's worth it. You'll find a belief in those around you, in humanity. And it'll make doing the second B easier as well. Be kind. I'm going to ask you, look to the person next to you. I want you to smile at them and say, thanks for being you. You got this. All right, now look up to the other side and say it again. To be positive is your internal mindset, how you choose to feel. To be kind is the external reflection of that mindset, the actions you choose to make towards others. Everyone has a story, and you never know what someone else might be going through. And so many are fighting a battle you can't see. Never forget the impact that a smile might have on someone else, whether a friend or a complete stranger. When I reflect on the tough times I've had, I remember kindness both big and small. You don't forget it. There's nothing like it. On the wall in our house, we have posted, in a world where you can be anything, be kind. Post that in your heart and mind. Be kind to other people as much as you can. It matters so much. It makes such a difference. And it will come back to you time and time again. Be present. Make the most of every day. Live in the moment. Seize the day. There are a few things you can't get back in life, and probably the most important of those is time after it's gone. And there are about 100 things, literally, in each moment that are right there, on standby, ready and waiting to take our attention from the moment. From our amazing, addictive, oh so tempting phones, to the playoff game of the moment, to the fear of missing out that just drives us to distraction. We can all agree that in the modern world, living in the moment is not easy. But again, it is oh so worth it. All right. I see the 24-second shot clock is winding down, so let me bring this to a close with a final shot. Your successes and accomplishments are a part of your story. And wow, you have had some success. Your struggles, adversity, and challenges are part of your story too. How you respond to what happens in life, good or bad, is part of the stories you are all still writing. Choose to be positive. Choose to be kind. Choose to be present. I'll leave you with a quote from the author L.R. Noss. Life is amazing, and then it's awful. And then it's amazing again. And in between the amazing and the awful, it's ordinary and mundane and routine. Breathe in the amazing. Hold on through the awful, and relax and exhale during the ordinary. That's just living. Heartbreaking, soul-healing, amazing, awful, ordinary life. And it's breathtakingly beautiful. Enjoy it, and congrats.